Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Marina, I'm a certified lash tech based in Toronto, Canada, and I like making lashing videos. Today we are doing a lash extension removal video, and this is honestly one of the first removal videos. I think I did a time lapse like a while back, but this time I'm gonna talk you guys through how I personally do my removals. For all my videos, I kind of put a disclaimer out there that everything I'm sharing with you guys is just solely what I like to do. So remember, you'll see different methods, you'll see different ways to do removals, so please take everything that I say with a grain of salt, because sometimes what might work for me might not work for you. So as you can see here, I am slowly applying the gel removal, so this is sped up, but when I'm actually putting the remover on the eyelashes, I'm doing it very slowly. You could also see that sometimes I'm like twisting the lash, or I guess not the lash applicator, the lip gloss disposable applicator that I'm using to put the gel on. I always twist away from the eyelid. This is so that I'm not gonna, risk getting any type of gel remover in my client's eye or even around the eyelid. Something to note is that any type of remover is extremely strong. So you got to remember the adhesive is made out of cyanoacrylate, and cyanoacrylate is actually found in crazy glue. So having something to like break down that kind of chemical is going to be very strong. So please reiterate to your clients, do not in any shape or form open your eyes or try to open your eyes, because it will hurt. I had a client who did it, and we had to run to the bathroom right away and just rinse her eye thoroughly because some of the fumes got in there. So that's something that I always try to communicate to them, to please just like relax, keep your eyes shut. So there are different ways that you can do removals. I have seen people use saran wrap to kind of, I assume they use saran wrap because they're trying to kind of really lock in that chemical within the lash extensions, and I think it kind of creates like a heat to really break it down. So I've never tried that method yet. Maybe I will try it for you guys in a future video, but this is how I do my removals. And as you can see right now, I'm just letting the gel kind of do its thing. It's really working in there, but prior you saw me tugging at some of the lash extensions. So I don't recommend tugging hard at all. Like when you are removing lash extensions, you have to tug very lightly. So the first reason why is because you don't want to accidentally open up the eyelid when you're pulling it and letting those fumes come in. Secondly, you don't want to accidentally pull out any of the natural eyelashes, which is really easy to do when you're doing a removal. So I gently go in there and just kind of touch and squeeze the base and lightly pull, and the lashes tend to fall off a lot faster. However, you can also leave the gel or the cream or whatever type of remover you're using. You can let it just sit there for 10 to 15 minutes, and after that time, you should be able to pull all of them off, no problem. The only reason that I like to go in and kind of tug at it is because this is a hybrid set. Usually with hybrid sets, the classic lashes come off a lot easier, and it's just like a lot quicker for me, in my own opinion, to just remove the classics first, and while I'm removing the classics, those fans are still getting soaked with the lash extension remover, and then I can just go back and remove the fans afterwards. As you can see, in one hand I have a cottonless pad that I am swiping the lash extensions on, and this is just to clean my tweezers. And as you can see, like I go in and I just kind of pull at the lashes very lightly, like I said before. Sometimes if I find that the lash extensions is really wrapped around that natural lash and it's really hard to come off, I'll apply a little bit more, and I actually squeeze the base a little bit. When I use my tweezers to squeeze the base, I find that the fans just kind of naturally start to separate, and then I can pull it off and it won't damage the lash at all, and the removal process is very easy and very quick. And sorry that my camera is a little bit out of focus right here, but what I'm doing is still doing that method where it's just lightly pulling and coming off. You also want to have that under eye pad still there, even though it's a removal. It's so that the gel does not touch the skin. That's also something really important that you need to keep in mind, is that you do not want the remover to touch the skin in any way, shape, or form. It is very, very strong, and you don't want to irritate your client's eye like I mentioned prior, because honestly guys, like, it's a kind of a scary experience to go through when your client is freaking out because their eyes are stinging. So yeah, this is the method that I kind of prefer, but I have left it before for like 10 to 15 minutes and they do fall off quite easy, so it's kind of up to you on how you want to do it. But sometimes with the stubborn ones, I do like to just go into the base and squeeze and pull. So there's not much to it. It's fairly easy. The only thing that can be scary is when you are going to be removing like the gel after you remove all the lash extensions, because if you don't wash the lashes afterwards and it's not thoroughly clean, and then you're like, okay, you can open your eyes now, and it just stings. And again, that happened to me before. It's all about learning experiences, right guys? So you know, I have made my fair share of accidents, but we are trying to avoid those, and I have learned from my mistakes, and that's just something that I want to share with you guys to keep in mind, because even though if it seems that you have removed all of that gel or all of that cream, there can be some lingering I guess like residue left, and that little bit of residue that is left, it can still sting like crazy. And honestly guys, I have done a removal on myself as well. So if you are not a lash tech and you somehow came across this video, you can buy this lash adhesive remover off of Amazon and remove your lashes yourself if you like as well. But remember that do it at your own risk. I don't want to be liable for it. I have removed my own lash extensions before, but you know, if you don't really know what you're doing and you don't understand lash extensions, I don't really recommend it, because it can be extremely dangerous and it can hurt like hell. And for me, I haven't experienced like any kind of burning when I removed it on my own, and that's just because I know what I'm doing. But you can take this video and try to see if you can apply it to yourself if you really want to remove some like I know that sometimes lash extensions, like you have like 3 left and you want all of them gone, but you don't want to rip out your natural lashes. You can go ahead and try this method out. Something to note, do not use a Q-tip. Do not use any type of fiber cotton pads. Like, that is a big no-no. They are going to get caught in the base of the lash extensions, and it's going to be irritating, and it's going to be a big mess. And also cyanoacrylate, it's still starting to melt because of the remover, and therefore it'll become very, very strong again, so that adhesive will start to burn the cotton, and you don't want that. So right now I am cleaning the lashes. So what I did was I'm taking 2 lash lip gloss applicators, and I'm just removing the last of the gel, and I'm really getting in there. I'm trying to kind of clean up the remaining lash remover without irritating the eye. So don't go in there and just wipe it off, because if you do that, you're gonna get it into the eye. So take the lip gloss applicators and kind of squeeze them off, if that makes sense. So as you can see, I am twisting the lip gloss applicators away again from the eye, and I'm thoroughly getting in there to make sure that every bit of that gel is gone. So after I do that, I go ahead and I actually like clean the entire lash, and I give kind of a lash bath. But as you can see, I really do take my time with this part. I think it's extremely crucial to make sure that everything's gone, because when you do the lash bath part as well, if there's still gel and you put water on it, again, it's going to seep into the eye. So here I am going to go ahead and give the lash bath. So I've actually put soap on the paper towel, not on the actual eye. This is just so that I have more control over where the gel could be. I don't want to get it into the skin in any way. So with having the soap kind of separate from the actual eyelid, I find that I can kind of really clean those lashes off. And then I just use some water and rinse, and this way it'll just remove all the remaining residue, it'll remove the soap, and then I give a really nice wipe around the base of the eye. Throughout the process, I always ask my clients, are you okay? Is it stinging at all? And if they say no, then I know that I am good and this is going well. Anytime that they are stinging, or if there's any type of discomfort, I run them to the bathroom during a removal because I'd rather just rinse all of it off rather than have them in any type of pain. So that's kind of wraps up how I do my removals. It's very straightforward, it's very basic. You just have to be careful of the gel touching the eye. I honestly think that's the only thing that you guys need to worry about. But other than that, removals are fairly simple. Again, like I said, there's different ways to do it, so I might try the saran wrap method for you guys in the future. But yeah, this is how I do it, and I'm actually going in with the paper towel and just really getting in between the lashes to make sure that the client is comfortable and that everything is gone. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was this week's video. I am now just drying the lashes, and I post every Sunday around 6:15. I appreciate you guys so much for watching all my videos, and I hope to see you next week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!
Try our best, but what's the use? We push and shove, but nothing moves. I just need some space.